Why I stopped cold calling. Guys, in the last 4 years, our business has been able to grow and increase and improve without making a single cold call. And I get it. I know that there's some people out there that are like, Will, cold calling is good. It gets you strong. It gets BS, right? The idea of cold calling, it's kind of like the idea of loving to run on a treadmill. That's not normally somebody's first joy in life is, man, I love running on a treadmill. I love not going anywhere. No, I'd rather run outside. I'd rather do that. I'd rather pick up the phone and call somebody that knows that I'm going to be calling them or has a connection to them. The idea, we always talk about this in coaching, is that cold calling is God's punishment for not asking for referrals. If you're in an industry where referrals is a part of it, and if you got more referrals, you'd be able to increase your business, great. There's 3 reasons why you're probably not getting enough referrals. The first one is somewhat obvious, but you're probably not asking. First one is we don't ask. And I get it. I talk to a lot of people that have been in their industries for a very long time, and it's like, well, I don't actually, add any pressure. I don't have to do that. I just get referrals. I just do a really good job. Sure, that's great. You are going to get passive referrals if you're providing a boatload of value. But here's the thing. If we're not asking, people aren't thinking about it. Whenever they're done working with you, they're going to walk away and they're going to go off with their life and, hey, did I do the laundry? Hey, I need to make sure to pick up my kids at 4. They're not thinking, man, I really need to find Will's next 4 referrals. Like, our brains don't operate like that unless somebody actively says, hey, Fabio, who do you know that's actually in sales coaching? I need a sales coach. Who would you refer me to? At that point, yeah, I might get a passive referral there. But the first reason is we don't ask. Whether that's a skill thing, whether it's a language and we feel uncomfortable with the language that we're using, great, recognize that. Or it's a will thing. And a will thing is like we're in our head and it's like, oh, I don't want to come across as salesy. I don't want to come across as pushy. And to kind of push back on that, guys, the only time that you're able to ask for referrals is by providing a lot of value. It's providing a boatload of value. And that doesn't necessarily mean that somebody has to buy from you. They could enjoy your interaction. You could have asked good questions. You could have got them thinking outside of their norms a little bit. They might not even become your client, but you provided value just by getting them to think about that. So the first piece is people just don't ask. The second is they ask passively. And they say things like, well, if you know of anybody, feel free to pass on my information. I had a real estate agent that I worked with one time, a good real estate agent. I actually enjoyed them. And they're like, hey, Will, here's four business cards, 1 for you and 4 for your friends. Guys, that's 4 business cards that are going to go right into the trash can. Like, I'm not going to sit around and carry around somebody else's business cards to make sure to pass them out. Don't waste paper. That's not an ask. Saying something like, if you know of anybody, feel free to pass them on my way. All that says is, if you actually remember any of these conversations, great, then give me referrals. But that doesn't happen because they're like, cool, if I remember to think about this conversation, then I'll come back to you. And sometimes that is. That's honestly better than not asking. The third is we ask incorrectly. And what I mean by asking incorrectly is somebody says, hey, Will, do you know of anybody who could use blank? Well, what's an easy response to that? An easy response is, no, but I'll think about it. No, but I'll make sure to pass your information on. And the reason that happens is not because people don't want to help you out or they don't feel like the service you provided was really good. The reason that happens is because in our brain, that's the quickest response. No, but I'll think about it. No, I'll make sure to pass your information on if something comes up or if I run into anybody though. That's an easy way to do that. So don't give that person the out by saying, do you know of anybody who? That typically doesn't elicit positive responses. This is a way that you can do this. And if there's one thing that you can do to work on tweaking your referrals, if you just follow this one thing this week, this month, I guarantee you're going to get some good results. It's who do you know that? And then walk through the type of person that you're working with. If you're a financial advisor and you work with doctors, who do you know that, and then provide different types of doctors if you're talking to another doctor, because they're going to know other people. It's helping to paint that picture. I had a financial advisor that I actually worked with. I was giving them money, and they asked me like, hey, Will, who do you know that I should reach out to that liked this value? And it's crazy because I was like in that situation. I'm like, man, I really like this person. I actually want to give them referrals. But I couldn't at the time think of anybody who would actually be a good fit. And so I was like, ask me a different question. Ask me a different way. And he's like, well, yeah, Will, I work with a lot of accountants. Who do you know that's an accountant in our area? Awesome. That was like, okay, I can have a picture in my brain. Here's the 3 people that would fit that category, and I was able to actually give them referrals. And to recap, the 3 reasons why people don't get referrals is they don't ask, they ask passively, or they ask incorrectly, they ask the wrong way. So if you want one tip to work on increasing, it is, who do you know? And the second tip is to make sure you subscribe so you can increase your knowledge, you can increase your confidence to increase your life. And if you're a person that wants to increase their revenue, their income by 46%, hit me up. Send me a text, send me an email, just say, let's grow, and I'd be happy to have a conversation.